My heart goes out to all my buddies who went all in on the Rancor.
Could we have saved the Haslab Rancor campaign with 3 different tier options?
None of these tiers or unlocks are going to have Ula or Spring Break Leia, only because it's clear that they're not going to do them for us, right? So I wanted to think of something that would be probable rather than waste my energy. I remember as soon as I heard about the Spring Core, my first genuine reaction was to be all in. I could not wait to see the final product and then what the unlocks would be. My expectations were actually really high after getting the Sentinel in October and then purchasing Galactus in the first 15 minutes it went up for order. But that was kind of the peak for me. At that point, once we got the initial reveal and it was unpainted, and then you had the subsequent live streams that were supposed to maybe get us more excited or draw us in, for me they just fell flat and did not create the same level of want or need that the Sentinel or Galactus did. I legit couldn't order either of those 2 Marvel Haslabs fast enough. So it was like this logic puzzle in my head of knowing I really, really wanted the Rancor. I just couldn't order it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's what would have made me buy the Rancor. And what I did is I gave 3 different pricing levels, $250, $350, and $500. The goal at each pricing level is to make you feel that you are getting the right value for what you're paying for, right? That you don't have to wait and have the unlocks justify it. That right there at $250, $350, $500, that's all the value you need. And then at the end, when I show you what the unlocks are going to be, the unlocks are supposed to be like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, they're Christmas gifts, right? It's a thank you to the fans for helping a billion-dollar company crowdfund a toy, right? Please stick with me through the end, and then let me know what you think of my ideas. And then if you have different ideas, please share them with me in the comments. I love the collaborative nature of our community. Tier 1 at $250, you get the Rancor as shown, Malakili the Rancor Keeper, and that set of bones for $250. So imagine you're on the live stream, painted Rancor, you see the articulation, you got the drool, you got the Rancor Keeper, and you got the bones, and you're at $250. Right there, I'm like, when do I order this? When do I order this? Let me know what you think at tier 1. Would you have gone all in there? If we can have a Haslab funded at $250 for like an entry-level tier like that, that just means more of my friends can do it. So that's why I like that idea of having a tier. So tier number 2 is at the $350 as suggested by Hasbro. So again, remember, my initial reaction when I just saw the Rancor at $350 was I could not justify it. Just in my core, I couldn't do it. So for me at $350, this is what would have made me hop on it right away. You get the Rancor Keeper, the bones, and then you have a legit Dan Denny level style diorama backdrop in the background that has a movable gate, that has like all the buttons on the side that are painted properly, and it like has 3D in depth to it, right? And then you have this nice like sand sculpted floor with spots perfectly molded for the Rancor foot, so you could do really neat articulation and poses for toy photography. At $350, you have the Rancor, the Keeper, the bones, a nice sand looking floor that you can put the Rancor on to really immerse you with, and then you have a gate that can move up and the Rancor can fit under the gate. When you look at the Sentinel, it's just, even on its own, it's displayable, right? Like I could just put this on my desk and it's the display piece. I don't think at $350 the Rancor gave you that, right? However, if you have this awesome diorama that is immersive, right? And then you have the Rancor Keeper in it and the bones scattered throughout, and it just draws you in like that. And then, you know, just think of the photos you could take with that, man. At $350, that's an immediate purchase, because the Haslab isn't just about the Rancor. The Haslab is about the diorama that is at the Haslab level. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that, or what you would want to see at $350. All right, just for fun, I'm going to go crazy and throw in like a third $500 tier. So this level has everything from the prior 2 tiers. Rancor, Keeper, Bones, Diorama, including floor. Plus, I want like a next level Black Series, kind of like a 1.5 Black Series, almost towards like a Hot Toys or one of those levels, Bouche Leia figure. All right, now we've already acknowledged we can't get Spring Break Leia, but give me this du jour Bouche Leia figure, and I want everything that would be rubber in soft goods, right? And then I want a brand new molded head sculpt. I want the helmet to be removable, and I want all her accessories, and I want her to have this crazy, awesome, posable body. Bouche Leia is one of my all-time just favorite moments in all of Star Wars, and I would love to have just this unique figure that is solely a reward for this Haslab that goes within the spirit of Return of the Jedi, because if you think of what Leia did, man, she's a hero. We should celebrate her as a hero. You know, and then on this, if Hasbro wants to double dip, they can with the updated face sculpt, but they just can't use any of the soft goods. It just would have to be that cheap rubber stuff they would ever do. And also at 500, what I want is a newly designed Haslab level Jabba the Hutt and Jabba the Hutt throne. I want that full base with a Jabba that moves and articulated and is painted to the same level of detail as the Rancor. And again, this is for 500. And then what I want is a floor that has the trapdoor on it. And then I could take that floor and I could place it right on top of the diorama, and it would be really tall, but I could have this sweet diorama that has Jabba, his throne, the floor, the trapdoor, and then all that, molded rock background, the sand floor, and then you have the Rancor and the gate. And to me, that is like the Haslab. It's not the Rancor. The Rancor is kind of the super featured piece of it, but it's the whole complete set of the Jabba throne down to the Rancor and the Rancor pit. For Jabba's throne, we think of how we did things for Galactus and the Sentinel. I would love some working lights. How about sounds? Jabba talking, Salacious giggling, background music, bubbling water bowls, lighting that moves. It has like a dance mode if there's music, man. Let's make it really cool, just like there's electronics in my Haslab Sentinel. I know 500 is a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money. But to me, this is a truly exceptional collection piece that would require crowdfunding, right? And for 500, I think we would have enough people that would have hopped all in on that early, and this would have blown the doors off. And again, now you have the Rancor, which we all would have loved to have. But for me, then there's a value for everything built around it that encapsulates that moment from Return of the Jedi that I saw in the movie theaters when I was about 5.5 years old. All right, let me know what you think of the 3 tiers, which one you would buy, what I missed, like what you would add, and what you would want to see. And please stay tuned right now for the unlocks. Unlocks at the same tier amounts of 11, 3.5K, 16K, and 19K. So the first one, let's just do that Luke card and coin. That Luke figure looked amazing. That updated photoreal head sculpt would have been incredible, and I would not have opened that. That would have been a treasured collectible piece. I would have kept that in card. And if I had all that other value for the Rancor and then I got that Luke on that card, I would have been like, heck yeah, dude. Give me that Luke. I'm going to just keep it safe forever. And then I also have some friends who would go in on it and then they would flip that card because maybe they necessarily wouldn't want it. And then that would actually help them fund and pay for the Rancor. And then someone who maybe didn't want the Rancor could get that card they wanted, man. And then everybody's winning, right? That's the whole goal of it. Unlock number 2, again, pure Christmas here. Give me a Klaatu figure with weapons. And I want the dude that hugs Malakili. I tried Googling his name, I couldn't find it. So if you know it, let me know in the comments. And give me that dude to have with the Rancor keeper. And at 16K, I just want more characters from Jabba's palace to round out this scene. Give me Reese, give me the 88 droid, and give me Pote Snicken. By the way, those names are exceptional. Pote Snicken? I want all 3 of those right in that scene in that throne room, and it just takes it to a whole other level, doesn't it? It's a reward for helping a billion-dollar company fund a toy. All right, so maybe I'm just feeling the flow of things here, but at 19K, may I present to you the Max Rebo band. Think about it. We're 10K over the funding amount of 9K. Blown the doors off. What a better reward to round out this epic diorama featuring the Rancor than the Max Rebo band. I want every member with an instrument, and again, not packed, open, because if it was packed, I would never open it, right? So not packed, open. And in my limiting understanding tells me that these would probably be expensive to produce because there might be some new molds and tools or what have you. So in the spirit of fairness and collaboration, you can re-release these as like a package, right? Just have the Max Rebo band as a box set, and then I'll double dip and buy the box set and keep those in box, and then I'll have these open to go with this scene. What do you think, man? If you weren't already all in, would you go all in for the Max Rebo band? I know my boys at Out of the Basement, Nate and Justin, would. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the unlocks and what ideas you have for unlocks that I might have missed. So I'm going to hug my Sentinel and all its unlocks now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know in the comments below what tier you would have gone all in on. Let me know what ideas you had that I missed. And thank you so much for watching and supporting the Nerdery.